Impulses. Are your impulses creative or destructive? Are they enhancing your life or are they tearing it apart? What's the difference? Impulses, they aren't actually destructive. It's just the way we decide to use them and what types of impulses we start giving our energy to. A creative impulse leads to synchronicity. A destructive impulse leads to destruction, to pain, to difficulties in your life. Instead of flowing down with the river of life, you go against the current. And those impulses, even though they might feel satisfying for a tiny bit, that wave is going to come crashing down, and it's going to feel hard when you're clinging to stay to that impulse. When you feel you need that impulse, which actually takes you against the current every single time you do it. Whatever your impulse might be that's unconstructive, such as drinking or other things. Now let me talk about impulses too. Not all impulses are bad. Drinking itself is not bad. Eating itself is not bad. But what's the perspective that it's done from? Is it from emptiness? Is it from anxiety? Is it from trying to fill a void? Or is it out of celebration? Are you already feeling well and you're like, okay, I'm gonna eat that cookie. I'm already feeling well, but I like cookies. So I'm gonna love the cookie, I'm gonna eat it, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Or is it out of like, oh, I'm doing a lot of homework, or I'm stressed out, work was really hard today, I'm gonna eat this cookie real quick because I know I'm gonna get that dopamine release from it. So there's a big difference. Now, creative impulses, when you get in tune with yourself, you'll be able to recognize these a lot. Like, say me today, I was in the gym today, and the impulse came towards me on, hey, make a video on impulses. It was a subtle thought, it was a subtle feeling, but I knew it was right. And when you explore those subtle impulses, it could be something as subtle as, hey, I want to go to the mountains today and go for a hike. And then you go to the mountain, you might see a friend that you haven't seen in a while, or you might meet someone who's spiritual or empowered, and it was that little creative impulses. Your guides, your angels, you could say, the universe in general sends you these creative impulses, and they're not little. Like I said, if you're tuned, you're gonna recognize it right away. And when you follow that impulse, it'll lead you to a big synchronicity, a huge synchronicity, even a tiny synchronicity. Like I said, don't get too involved in the duel. Every experience is pretty, and only you know what's empowering you and what isn't. That's really subjective, and like I said, drinking itself is not bad, eating cookies itself is not bad, but out of what perspective is it done? So what we want to do is become more aware of the actions that we're doing every day, the reasons that we're doing the actions, and what will be the payoff of doing the action. Is the payoff going to be for me to feel a little better because I'm feeling bad? Or is it going to be a nice workout to improve my muscles, to have great health, to celebrate my body and work out with it? There's a difference. Working out too, everything's dual, like I said. You could work out from a fear-based perspective, or you could work out from a loving-based perspective. From a perspective of, I love my body, I love celebrating my body, I love utilizing it, and I'm going to allow it to do this work because it feels good and I can do this. Or it could be, oh, the doctor said that my cholesterol is high and stuff, and that usually doesn't lead to anything constructive because you're blocking what you want to come in. Because when you bring fear in, or any unconstructive emotion, any emotion that's not vibrating too high, that makes you feel bad, that might make you feel guilty and things like that, or anger, when you give in to those things in the wrong way and you're not aware of it, they don't lead to constructive action. It's action that's done from force of trying to be how someone wants you to be, force of trying to make your body better because you know it's not good and you're scared that it's going to become worse. But when you celebrate things, you get cosmic energy backing you up. When you love yourself, you feel that confidence and you get thoughts, intuitions, like I said, that lead to impulses that then lead to massive synchronicities. And your life will unfold in a beautiful way. What I do is I meditate every single day. I tune myself, and usually with these meditations, I come into alignment with myself, and I start getting small, subtle thoughts on what it is I should focus my energy on, what video I should make, what part of my body I may want to work out that day, and what part of my body might be a little hurt and needs some rest. You get little intuitions on what you need to do. And then random thoughts, like I said, or random impulses of say, oh, like I should write right now, or I should, you know what, I don't really draw, but I feel like drawing right now. And then you follow it, and it leads to something that you wouldn't even expect. And like I said, these impulses, it could come in ways of thoughts, it could come in ways of someone externally inviting you to something. Like say, you usually don't go play sports, but someone invites you for some reason, and you have an impulse, you kind of like, you're open to the idea that time. So you decide to go, you meet some people, or you might have an experience where you just find a book down there next to one of the players that's going to play, that's really empowered and catches your attention, and a whole profound conversation blossoms. You get the book, and it changes your life. So like I said, guys, be aware. What are your patterns? What action are you taking? What impulses are you giving into? Now, if you're dealing with addiction and things like that, I have dealt with addiction before. I have been addicted. Awareness is everything. Before you do whatever impulse that you know is unconstructive to you that you're trying to break, just become aware. Before you do it, just give yourself 3 minutes to be aware of what you're about to do. And even if you do decide to do it again, it was out of awareness this time, and every single time you bring that awareness in, you're crumbling that more and more. You're gaining more control of yourself. And even if you do it, don't beat yourself up. It's okay. Guilt is the lowest emotion, the lowest vibration that you could feel for yourself, which doesn't lead to power. It'll bring you down to a negative loop, which won't help you in any way really to come out of whatever addiction you're in or crisis you're in. So become aware. If you do feel guilty, just allow yourself to feel guilty once. Be like, okay, I recognize that I did this. But more than anything, recognize it. Be aware of it. Don't identify with it. Don't give it emotion. Because when you start giving something your energy, and your identification with it, when you start identifying with it, you give it power. So if you say, whoa, I really can't stop drinking alcohol. I always do it. I drink a lot. You're giving it more power. So the first step is accepting who you are, gain more awareness, or just become aware, and everything else will follow. You'll get the intuitions. And try meditation. Try things. Connect with yourself. But you got this. I believe in you. Recognize what impulses are creative and which ones are destructive. Keep enhancing your life, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Thank you.